What's up everybody, Chris here at Bold Canyon Outdoors, and I'm sitting here in the BCO Garage and getting ready for an install. So I've made a little upgrade on the Jeep, so let me show you what I'm working with. Alright, everything's looking a little bit bare on the bumper here on the front of the BCO Adventure Jeep. So let's cruise around and show you what's going on. So I just took off my old winch. I had a winch on there for about the past 7 years. It started to fall apart on me a little bit. The control box is disintegrated. I've had to replace a few parts, things like that. So I am now upgrading to the OPENROAD Panther Series 2 13,000 pound winch on the BCO Adventure Jeep. So here's the winch, control box, fair lead, hardware, comes with 3 remotes. So take a look at these specs and we'll go ahead and put it on. Alright, so the first thing you want to do when you're installing a winch is just kind of get organized. So we've got the remotes and fair leads over there, got the control box here, the winch here. So the first thing I'm going to do is mount the control box and hook up all the connections. The OPENROAD winch comes with a very comprehensive set of instructions. It'll walk you through everything step by step. It's really, really easy. Not to mention, most of the electrical connections are color-coded right on the winch itself. So on top of the winch, you've got 3 terminals. One has a yellow circle, one has a red circle, and one has a black circle, and those match these 3 corresponding boots right here from the control box. Now there is a smaller wire right here, this little black ground control wire, and it goes to a terminal underneath, as does the black cable that goes to your battery. So first things first, I'm going to flip this over so I can attach the 2 cables to the bottom side. So the first connections that we're going to make are going to be to this ground connection on the bottom of the winch itself. So it'll take a 14mm wrench and the small black cable and the negative cable for the battery. Let's go ahead and take the nut off, try not to lose it. Take the washer off, and I'm going to connect this small one first. So let me get this oriented correctly. And then on top of that, we will put the negative battery cable, the washer, the nut, and we'll get that snugged down. Okay, now I'm going to flip the winch back over, and we'll get the top connectors done. Next up, I'm going to set the control box on top, and we'll connect the 3 top posts here. So on the back of the control box, you've got 2 red ones coming out. This is the positive wire that goes all the way to the battery. We're just going to kind of set that aside. Then you've got the red, the black, and the yellow that all go with their corresponding colored posts here. So I like to kind of take them, get them a little organized just to kind of see how they're going to fit the best, you know, going in or out of each other like that. So let's see, I'm going to connect the yellow one first. Once again, take the nut off. You've got 2 washers on this one, a lock washer and a flat washer. And to install this, we just slide the boot back a little bit, cable on, flat washer, then locking washer, then the nut, and we'll get that one tightened down with a 14mm. Once it's tightened down, you can work the boot back into place. Should slip and slide a little bit. Might give you a little bit of resistance because it is rubber, and it goes right back on. All right, with all 4 of the posts wired correctly, we're ready to set the winch down onto the winch plate on the bumper. Before setting the winch on the bumper, make sure you locate your 4 mounting bolts that mount from up underneath the bumper through the winch plate and into the winch itself. So you can have a bolt, split washer, flat washer, and then of course, those all go into these square nuts. And the square nuts mount into these slots right here. Slide in just like that. So you're going to have 1 on each corner. You're going to have 4 total underneath there. Once you get those on, you can set it on the winch plate and get ready to mount the bolts from underneath. Once the winch is mounted, you can use your remaining hardware to affix the fair lead and the hook. I'm going to go ahead and finish wiring this up off camera. That way, you don't have to suffer through the boredom of me hooking up a red and black wire to the battery. Then, in our next video, we're going to take it out, we're going to test it out, go through all the functions, and show you how this one really works. But hey, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and ring that bell. That way you'll be the first to know every time we do a cool install, a fun run, gear review, all kinds of cool stuff coming from Bold Canyon Outdoors. So that's it for now. For Bold Canyon Outdoors, this is Chris signing off. Happy trails, everybody.